Secure, contain, protect. SCP-4041. Object Class, Keter. Special Containment Procedures. The Dynasty Protocol is currently in effect, and is to be maintained indefinitely. Birds injured by SCP-4041-1 are to be explained under the cover story of predatory birds consuming toxic materials. Civilians witnessing or interacting with SCP-4041-1 are to be amnesticized. The Dynasty Protocol is as follows. Complete infiltration of the paleontology field by Foundation personnel, surrounding planned and current paleontological dig sites, both anomalous and non-anomalous, with anti-aviary measures prior to excavation. Widespread declaration that the theory suggesting that birds evolved from dinosaurs is obsolete, and using of mimetic agents embedded in educational media to reinforce that birds and dinosaurs are unrelated and that no dinosaurs ever possessed feathers. SCP-4041 is a phenomenon involving anomalous coordinated behavior among various species of birds. SCP-4041 events begin as ordinary flocks. The flock will stay close to the ground, often generating large clouds of dust or dirt. High-speed cameras trained on SCP-4041 events have detected small groups of birds within the flock, attaching their wingtips together to form rings before dispersing again in a very short burst of light. Observation of SCP-4041 events have not shown any inherent pattern in these lights. Excavation of the ground beneath SCP-4041 events will often, roughly 70%, uncover various dinosaur fossils. Rarely, this will occur even in locations previously shown to have completely excavated for fossils. Fossils discovered after SCP-4041 events are always of theropod dinosaurs, often Coelosaurians. The variety and quantity of the fossils increase with the number of birds in the SCP-4041 flock. Fossils located via SCP-4041 appear non-anomalous. They exhibit a high degree of preservation and detail, with feather imprints and skulls often intact. All fossils match generally accepted taxonomic timelines. 11 new species and 17 new subspecies have been tentatively accepted by Foundation paleontologists. SCP-4041-1 instances are translucent Class 3 incorporeal entities, and resemble theropod dinosaurs in various states of decomposition, in all instances with visible skin lack feathers. Timeline of SCP-4041 instances. Date: 1861. Frederick Witt and Carl Harbeline discover the first Archaeopteryx skeleton unearthed in Germany, later suspected to be an occurrence of SCP-4041 due to the mentions made in Haberline's journal of the great and peculiar flocks of birds seen that day. Date: 1859 to 1863. British biologist Thomas Huxley learns of the recently discovered Archaeopteryx and becomes an ardent proponent of the possibility of an evolutionary relationship between dinosaurs and birds. Date: April 16th, 1944. Collateral damage during bombing of Munich in World War II destroys rare Spinosaurus fossils, suspected to be compromised by SCP-4041. Surviving photographs and journals edited. Date: February 17th, 1971. Birds involved in most recent SCP-4041 event sustain severe, often fatal injuries during event, usually bite marks, dismemberment, blunt trauma, or complete crushing. Date: August 26, 1996. SCP-4041 event leads to civilian discovery and publishing of Sinosauropteryx, the first publicized documented feathered dinosaur. First instance of birds sustaining injuries outside of the duration of the event. Date: January 19th, 2002. Dr. Pascal Guaffet, a Belgian paleontologist, sustains similar bite injuries after publishing an article describing dinosaur bird thylogin. He is hospitalized and claims to have seen incorporeal dinosaur-like entities. After Gorfrit's recovery, he is anesthetized, and the cover story of a car accident is disseminated. Date: September 15th, 2004. SCP-4041 event ends prematurely due to the death of all birds present during event. Cameras detected a translucent silhouette resembling a Tyrannosaurus rex. Designation SCP-4041-1. Date: February 13th, 2006. SCP-4041-1 instances destroy several museum displays and theropod fossils. Date: July 1st, 2009. SCP-4041-1 instances manifest within a Foundation Paleontological Conference, injuring 22 before MTF Phylae 2 Clever Girls and MTF Mu 13 Ghostbusters arrive on the scene. See Incident Log 4041-119 for details. Incident Log 4041-119. 1614. 4 MTF Phylae 2 agents arrive on the scene and enter from the back of the conference room. 3 instances of SCP-4041-1 are present. 2 distinct raptors and 1 Dinoceras. The raptors have bitten 5 researchers already, while the Dinoceras stands over 1 attendant. 1615. Phylae 2 agents fire at the raptors to no effect. 1617. Phylae 2 leader charges the raptors, flanked by her teammates, and vocally intimates Tyrannosaurus roars to challenge them. The raptors retreat. Site-wide evacuation commenced. 1620. The raptors call to the Dinoceras. It crouches over the prone attendee, identified as Dr. Karina Barrera, then joins the raptors. 1622. The Dinoceras charges, knocks over 1 agent, and swats another with its tail. Several attendees are trampled. 1627. 1 raptor solidifies to bite on an attendee's leg. An agent shoots it in the head. The raptor screeches and disintegrates in a cloud of purple smoke. 1631. The Dinoceras attempts to flee, picking up Dr. Barrera and carrying her on its back. 1633. Mu-13 agents arrive and neutralize the remaining raptor instance using spectral weaponry. Phylae 2 leader recommends capture of the Dinoceras. 1636. Following setup by Mu-13 agents, Phylae 2 agents use dinosaur calls to herd the Dinoceras into the Kleis class spectral containment ring, which activates and successfully contains the instance. Following treatment of all injuries and subsequent moving of the SCP-4041-1 Dinoceras to a permanent containment cell, Dr. Barrera was interviewed. Interview log 4041-001. Interviewer: Phylae 2 agent Alicia Gonzalez. Interviewee: Dr. Karina Barrera. Begin log.
It's your name for the record.
Dr. Karina Maria Barrera Campagna. How's your arm?
It's a scratch. Look, Karina, let's just get through this. Right now, I want to know exactly what went down at the conference.
Ghost dinosaurs. Not the weirdest thing in our world.
Come on. I've read the 4041 documentation. I know there's ghost dinosaurs. What I want to know is how you got through without a scratch while 16 other people have Jurassic Park scars.
Jigs up, I guess.
What did you do?
Right. So, remember that paper I published in 07? The one about the ornithomominoids and striations on their arms and wing anchoring bones?
Of course, read all your stuff.
Yeah, okay, so that wasn't all me.
You're not a plagiarist, Karina. Get to the point.
Okay. 3 weeks before submission deadline, I had a dream. I dreamed of Dinoceras and Gallimimus and a couple of others. They showed up in my room, but they weren't ghostly at all. They were fully fleshed out, most vibrant color scales I ever seen. Not a single feather on them.
And this fever dream inspired you to crank out that paper?
See, they stood different, looked different. Nothing about them fit the standard model. I went back into our database and cross-referenced the records, but ignored all fossils associated with SCP-4041. What I ended up with didn't look like the standard model at all. They looked like the things in my dream.
So what are you saying?
Doesn't it strike you as just a little suspicious how perfect the 4041 fossils are? They're too well preserved. You got feather imprints on a troodon in the same formation as a single fragmented triceratops foot. It's like a murder scene with a fingerprinted gun left behind with a confession note.
There's plenty of other ways to explain it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I decided to test it. I got to work publishing articles critical of the standard model. And you know what happened? Every time I exposed a flaw, someone found an answer. Sternum not the right shape to support a transition? Next 4041 fossil, there it is.
Why? Why would anyone do something like this? Who would want to create an entirely false fossil record?
You're gonna think I'm crazy.
At this point, I don't think anything is too crazy.
I think it's the birds.
End log. Dr. Barrera died 2 days later in a car accident when she collided head-on with a semi-trailer truck. Investigation of the scene found a velociraptor skull in the car's trunk. The end.